Hi everyone, welcome back to the next video. So as I mentioned that in this video we will look at the remaining part of the Terraform settings related to S3 step functions. But before that, we just need to rearrange a few settings here and there for us to uh, you know simplify and manage the code better, right? So what happened is that it had created this lambda handler runtime tags uh, and another variable um, uh, in the main variables.tf as well. So I don't want this, so I just created one prompt to remove these variables from the variables.tf, because we can handle that part in the lambda.tf only directly, because we don't need those things to be coming from the user, right? I mean, we can just have one default value for those settings. We don't anyway need tags for handler and the runtime. As I mentioned, those are, that is something which can come um, directly, which can be configured directly as far as these two lambdas and these step functions are concerned, and they can be set as a default value directly. Okay, so that I have removed, so that we have the lambda module plain and simple. By the way, we just need the S3 bucket. We don't need the ingestion S3 key and all here. That is not required. So we remove these variables as well. Ingestion S3 key and compliance S3 key. Okay, going back to the lambda. So we can just comment this line out, because it is not a mandatory field. Okay, S3 bucket obviously can come from the S3 module, which will get set up in just a bit. So one mistake I did is that I should have created the S3 after the role ARN, because S3 should get created before the lambda, because lambda is using the S3 bucket name, so to speak, or the ID. But yeah, I mean, those things you can fine tune when you actually create the project. I'm because I am also learning on the go. Few prompts here and there, I am trying to change, so that we don't have to do too many adjustments, right? So we need only these parameters for the lambda ingestion and compliance function resource. Okay, output is fine. Variables whatever are removed, we can just remove them. They are not needed, right? If you see any variable with 0 usage, you can simply remove it, not a problem. Okay, coming back to the main.tf and whatever variables we have left with us now. Remember one thing, that we would have the ingestion. Acha, okay, my bad. S3, it has to be, it is not S3 key, it is basically the lambda path, right? So I don't know why it took it as S3 key in the first place. um, so I need to look at what is the setting for this, for the zip file. So we would need the zip file definitely, right? So this would be the ingestion zip path. It makes it very clear. And the compliance zip path, because as you would be aware that lambda would go as a zip file, right? So whatever, it can contain your main.py, your requirements.txt, and some of your dependencies which are not automatically available with the AWS Lambda runtime, right? So all those uh, uh, um, dependencies you can basically uh, push as part of the zip file, right? Even this name prefix you don't need to set here. So these are the only values which would come from the config. Okay, otherwise all other values would get created based on the other modules or services getting created, or we use the default value as it is. So now if I come back to the variables page, there is one usage for S3 bucket, which is fine. So we need the S3 bucket ingestion compliance function name, which is fine, environment and project region. So all these things seem to be fine. Okay, so here what I'll do is the function name we would basically create from the prefix. Okay, prefix should contain basically yeah, I mean we can basically provide the name, yes, like this. Absolutely, that's what I wanted to do. Excellent. I mean the ID just knows what I want to do. Amazing, awesome. Okay, so we have this. For compliance, I'll just make it so this becomes your compliance lambda name, which would get pushed to your lambda module. Okay, so whatever you are setting here, these names should be the same as the variables you are putting under the lambda folder. Okay, remember one thing. So these two are sorted. These get created with the project and environment variable. This comes from the IAM, the role ARNs for the two lambdas. S3 bucket would come from the S3 module, which I'll show you in just a bit. That is why I removed the S3 bucket value or variable getting set from your dev.tf vares. Okay, that is why Copilot will not work every time. So you need human interaction or intervention. So if I didn't know that you can have these modules pointing to each other to internally create the resources, S3 the Copilot would have really messed us up, right? So you need some human intervention right now. The level of AI we have, it is not it's not just a plug and play kind of a thing. So you need some AWS knowledge, you need some technical knowledge to know these things, right? Okay, coming to then our next part. So this seems to be fine. Yeah, as I was mentioning, yes, S3, it called it as S3 key. I don't know why. Function name is fine. We will basically put that zip related setting later on. Let's go to the next setting, which would be the S3. Okay, before that, let us put the provider.tf. So provider.tf would contain the required providers, which is Terraform in our case, HashiCorp/AWS is what we call that. So let it put that under your provider.tf and we should be fine. Yes, so this we will keep and we are set, right? And it should remove that from the I mean, you don't need it here in that case, right? Because it would be duplicate code. We have already put that in the provider.tf, so we are sorted right now. Okay, now let's move towards S3. We need some basic S3 resources. That's it. Let's see if this works. Okay. Yes, so we have the S3 related settings in place. ACL is basically an old concept. Bucket name would be let's keep it simple. I would say we don't need a bucket. Yeah, I mean, we don't need a bucket. Yes, we need it like this. Absolutely. Name prefix, and we will have this name prefix under the variables part, right? So you need it in the S3 variables, right? So you need your name prefix. Okay, other things seem to be fine. So you don't need the project and region. You don't need the environment. Okay, I mean, you don't need the tags as well. Why do you need the tags? I don't want to confuse for no reason. Okay, so I don't need the tags. This is fine, this looks fine. And you have another resource, S3 bucket versioning, which is recommended resource to be put. Output is your bucket ID and bucket ARN, right? Now yes, I'll keep all these settings. Tags I'll remove. Okay, yes. So what is this? This is your Lambda. S3 bucket is module, right? Okay, so I think we have what we needed in the first place. Only couple of adjustments I would make here, that we would need to pass these as well, from the main. Okay, so this we will put the proper path here. No need to worry about that. Okay, ingestion zip path it has to be. Okay, not the source path. And similarly the compliance Lambda zip path. So obviously you have to provide the path of the Lambda, from where it needs to pick it up, right? So that would come from the user. That can't generate from any module. So these are the 5 variables which we need from the user, which get traversed to your infra route. Okay, so let me replace it with ingestion zip path, right? What is the value? Yes, and this will get used here. Okay, okay, and this would be nothing but your file name. Source code hash. So this I have added in the prompt. So settings also in. Got tf. Okay, so let me put this prompt now. Let's see if it is able to change the code as per what we have told, right? Okay, so I think it is doing what we told in the prompt. We would need to little bit adjust few settings here and there. So please understand that since our aim is to also understand along with take help from Copilot, so that is why I'm keeping it bare minimum, so that we just don't put some setting for the sake of it. If we are putting a setting, there has to be a meaning as to why we are putting it, right? That is the whole reason why I'm doing the adjustments and why we are having specific prompts, because we don't want the AI to run the show. We have to run the show, correct? So we start bare minimum, we complete the flow, we keep on adding as per our needs, right? Hope this video was informative, and we'll continue with these settings adjustments in the next video. Till then, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.